Good afternoon, good afternoon. Usually I say good morning, but it is afternoon. It's about 1 o'clock. It is March 11th. It's about 65, 66 degrees, and it's going to reach upwards of like maybe 70, 71. So, wow, spring has kind of sprung. I don't know if we're going to have any more frost dates, but the last few days and the next 10-day forecast all look like they're above 55 into the 60s, some days almost reaching 70. So I'm super excited. The bees also super excited. um we are going to be doing our first inspections of 2025. Yes, we are cracking frames today. It's warm enough to do so, so that's what we're going to be doing. And amazingly, it looks like all three of the colonies that I had made it through winter, which it blows my mind. They are bringing in pollen like it's pollen palooza out there. It's going crazy. They are. It is. We haven't gotten. So I've gotten my all my colonies through the winter. We haven't gotten to the flow just yet. So now it's my job just to make sure that they have all the resources they need. Don't need to bring any more pollen in. No more pollen patties because they are finding pollen from somewhere. It's either from probably skunk cabbage, because I have a ton of skunk cabbage on my property, or my husband is a crane operator and he works with tree companies. And he said today he bumped a maple tree, and like the amount of pollen he said that left the tree was astounding. So it could be maples, but there's lots of pollen in the air. I keep sniffling. So they're good with brood, or sorry, pollen. Pollen usually means brooding up. So I'm assuming that all of them, that means have a queen, they're doing well, they're brooding up. I'm going to go into the inspections today, and that is kind of the main objective. I don't need to find the queen, but I do see my brood pattern shirt from Mission Believe. We're going to put that to the test today because I do need to see how their brood pattern is. So I'm going to bring some extra Hive Alive fondant in case they need any more. But honestly, it's getting warm enough that I might be able to switch over to um, 1-to-1. So I'm going to keep an eye. We're not quite there yet, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. And I'm really excited. I'm really nervous. Last year was my first year keeping bees, so this is my first year getting bees through winter. All of them for a first year beekeeper. That's pretty amazing. And I don't know what to expect. So I did go down and prep the last two hive bodies that I have in the apiary in case I end up splitting. I don't think I'm going to end up splitting today, but they are brooding up. I don't know what that means. Like, am I going to find drone brood in there? I don't know. Drone brood, when they start doing that and you see queen cells, you know, it's time to split. Again, I don't think I'm going to see that today, but you never know. So that's what we are doing today, checking on brood, checking on food. Um, well, I did have to open the doors a smidge more than the 3/8 inch I had open for the winter season because they look like they're thriving. I'm looking at them. They look like they're thriving so much that when the sun is out and it's warm, they're covering the face of the hive. They're struggling getting in because the door was so small. There's a huge traffic jam. And the ladies that were carrying in all these pollen, the poor ladies were like fighting. They were struggling to get through the door so much that they were dropping their pollen baskets, and there was a bunch of pollen baskets on the ground. It got eaten by other bugs, I'm assuming, but yesterday there was a ton. So I decided to crack the doors open about an inch and a half to cut down on the traffic jam of them getting into the hives. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna go eat lunch really quick before I head out to the hives, and you guys get to watch me be super nervous. Dad, I'm really excited. I know you're really excited. First hive inspection of 2025. Dad, we did it. We got our bees through winter. Ah, I'm super excited. All right, let's do that. Okay. Out in the apiary. Took me a little bit longer than normal to get out here. I haven't been out in the apiary to do an inspection for about 4 months. So, super nervous. If I don't talk a lot, sorry. I'm just trying to stay focused and remember. I'm hoping it's like riding a bike and I can just kind of remember everything that I'm supposed to remember. So let me get my gloves on and get my smoker going, and let's do Carol's hive first. All right, we got some good smoke. I'm using burlap and some pine cones and pine needles. Hopefully it stays this thick. But I think we are ready to start. Just checking everything out. There is some moisture up here, it looks like. I'll try and show my findings. I'm going to do a quick preview. Oh, my phone is not working. There we go. This is Carol's hive. Lots of orientation going on. They're kind of hanging out front. There is a lot of pollen going in. There's a lady with pollen. It won't adjust the lighting, but here's the mold. Looks like there's some moisture that kind of got up here. So we'll have to figure that out. I don't know what that's about or how to fix that. So, all right. This board down here did buckle right before I was, you guys remember me trying to get this to go down right like in fall, and I just couldn't get it to go down. I'm so excited. This is I haven't seen inside the hive in so long. So long. You know what? I forgot my vacuum. My bee vacuum. I might go get that. Since I haven't like officially started just yet. There's a couple of dead bees on the side. Let me go get that vacuum. I'll be right back. Got it. You try and be as efficient as you can. You know, I even made a list of everything I needed to bring with me down here to the apiary for my first inspection day. And the vacuum was on the list. And guess what I didn't consult before I came out here? Because I was like, I got this, I got this, I got this. Yep, good, got everything. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. We got a couple of dead bees. It's actually not that much for a wintertime kind of thing. This one's Carol's. Not that many dead bees. They tend to, with these hives, seem like they want to, if they can't carry them out, they'll just carry them over to the other end and sort of dump them. So that's what it kind of seems like they do. I guess it's not warm because during the summer months I see them kind of hanging out over here, and there's literally no bees over here. Just the dead ones. I don't smell anything stinky. Oh, there's a little girl. She's curious. She's like, why is there a light? I don't really smell anything. It kind of smells sweetish, just like a normal sweet-ish. Just like a normal hive, I guess. I don't smell anything like overly stinky. So that's a good sign. It gets filled. It gets a little full like this. You can see it. And then I just dump them out in my little trash bucket over here, which I have a feeling I'm going to be using a lot today. I kind of forget how hard it is to see when the veil, like through the veil, when the veil has like sun rays on it. It's a little hard to see. Hi. We're getting a little bit of activity. Ladies are like, "What's going on?" I don't remember how many frames of bees honestly I have. I did a good job propolizing it. Actually propolized a little bit. I hope I can get the follower board out. The follower board looks very bent, very warped. Not gonna lie. They did propolize the follower board on this side a little bit. It's very warped. I mean, it's holding up, but wow. All right, I believe this is where we start. Hello, ladies. Oh, well, it's so good to see you. Got the follower board right here. Ooh, they propolized. God, you know, I literally just put food in this a week ago. A week. Look at this, guys. This is one of the reasons why this scared me. Last week when I came in, they are starting to build comb in the feeder. They're eating the feed, finishing off the feed, and then they are building comb up top. It's not good. That scares the. And now I tore this piece down last week, and they put it back up. They sure did. Look at that. Now I filled this entire thing. This is new. All this new Hive Alive on it. They finished this entire thing. I had this whole section filled, and now they're building. It's not good, guys. That makes me nervous. I don't like it. I don't like it. My phone's getting ready to die, guys. It's gonna die. All right. All right, ladies. I know. Listen. Don't be mad at me. I I did tell you guys last week that I didn't want you guys building up here, didn't I? Didn't I? I'm pretty sure I said that. I have to crack this, and I'm gonna put this over here. I want to close this, but there's like a bunch of ladies on the edge. All right, now, oh, there we go. This actually separated very nicely. Keep these ladies from coming up. I'm gonna put this down. I see comb. I see comb on the top of the frames. Not looking forward to that. Look at this follower board. That is nutty. That is a lot of bowing. Good gracious, gracious. There's so much to do, and I haven't even freaking gotten into the hive yet. Like, that's. Yeah. All right. I see a lot of moisture in the hive. Not a fan of that. Some of these cover boards did bow just a slight little bit. Hello, ladies. Look at you. Still got all those super cool genetics in here. Just looking at the ladies, I don't see any sign of any unhealthy bees. No, what do you call that? Wings? The wing issue? I'm having a brain fart. Wings look good. That one kind of looks like a newish bee. She's kind of fluffy. She Doesn't have that silver tone to her of a newbie, but look at these bees, guys. Jeez. You'll love to see it. I'm going to give myself as much room as possible. I do see a lot of moisture. A lot of moisture. A lot of moisture in here. Not a fan of that. And a little bit of mold looks like on the edge here. I'll have to check that out. So, first frame. This is exactly how I left it. I remember this. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. Okay, the little bit of mold that I did see, it looks like it's just right here and then it stops. You see what I'm talking about? I don't know what this is. Looks like some sort of mold film, but that's it. It was just right there. Good gracious, there's a lot of bees. These ladies, there's a small crack right here. They haven't figured out. Ladies, you know, if you go this way, you'll get in. Here, come here, come here. This way. Yeah, I know. You hear them? There you go. See? Yeah, no. There we go. You're in. You're in. This one has some weight to it. Oh, it's got mold. It's moldy. What's the other side look like? A lot of good honey on the top here. This is good. That's brilliant. Trying to get some sunlight. It's got pollen. It's got some pollen in there. And some liquid, which might be either the Hive Alive fondant or something. But this side is moldy. Probably uncapped honey. I'm not sure what to do with that, actually. Do you let the bees clean that up? You let the bees clean up the mold? Will they do that? I know they don't really care about mold, like if it's in their water and stuff. I'll have to ask. Maybe that's a task I'll have to take care of the next time I come in. Oh, this lady got me with a stinger. I think I squished her on accident. Keep my smoker going. Somebody told me my last season that I didn't smoke my bees enough. This one also has some weight to it. So far we have like one resource frame, like honey, pollen, that jazz. This one is also a resource frame. It's got some weight to it. Honestly, I'm making sure that I'm taking a look at the bees. The bees all look super healthy. I don't see any mites crawling on their backs. I know there are mites in here because I did check the trays underneath during the season when I could. And oh, that's like new stuff. And there were some mites in the trays. So there are mites in here. Deformed wing virus. That's the word I was looking for. This is another honey / resource frame. I don't see any pollen. There's no pollen in here. It's all nectar or probably the Hive Alive fondant, whatever they're pulling in and putting in here. Where's this? I'll put a little cover on them. These ladies are still going ham on the Hive Alive. you know? Come on. Got a couple of these getting a little bit upset at me. Should probably smoke them soon. This is what I'm talking about. I see a little bit of building on the bottom side of the cover board. I don't, that's not that bad. I don't think, honestly, I don't think we've reached the section where I feel like it's going to be a problem. Because I do think it's going to be a problem. So far, what, 1, 2, 3, 4? I think this one's also going to be a resource frame. So we'd be sitting at 4 resource frames. This one's got some bee bread in it, some pollen, some honey. Haven't seen any eggs, haven't seen any larvae. This one's also got some weight to it. Pollen, resource, whatever nectar or hive alive they're bringing in. That's what this is. The bottom screen area looks very clean. So they have been very diligent about keeping their hive clean. Love to see that. Love that, ladies. Love that. This one looks like it's another resource frame just from looking at it. Come on. Oh, this one's having some trouble. This one is a frame where the elbow broke at some point. Oops, sorry, ladies. Nice and slow and steady. Good amount of bees in here, though. This one has a crap ton of pollen. I have seen, speaking of wings, seen about 2 ladies now with K-wing. I don't think, considering all the bees that are in here, I don't think that's a huge problem as of yet. But I do see some, I have seen at least like 2 bees with K-wing. Just noting. No larvae yet. Lots and lots of pollen and resource. This is a resource frame, another resource frame. It's beautiful. They're doing great. They're doing really, really good. Trying to leave as much space as possible for me to work with. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 resource frames. My gloves are already getting sticky. Can I get the bottom of this one to slide? And get my good thick smoke back. Just let it drift over them. Ugh, I smashed this one somehow. Look how much it's filled with pollen. Ugh, gross. That one was a juicy one. Let me look at the front. Nope, they're not like all pushed out the front just yet. Good gracious. Okay, this is the comb building that I saw through this hole here. It's not as bad as I thought. It's not as bad as I thought. I thought that was going to be a lot worse. That's not that bad. Oh, sorry. This might fall. There we go. Alright, slow and steady, just keep going. This is a lot of bees. This is a lot of bees. I mean, I don't remember how many frames of bees I had out. I'll count at the end. But every single one of these has bees on it, like every single one. So that's a lot of frame of bees. This must be in a frame I left in there. It's not fully built out. I don't know why I did that. I thought I pulled out all the partially filled frames, but that's okay. Oh, my insulation is flying away. More honey or nectar. And actually, this looks new. This bottom portion right here looks new. Probably Hive Alive. I was told that if they're stocking Hive Alive, like I've seen some well-known beekeepers say they don't stock fondant, and then I've been told by local beekeepers that they do, and you'll know it because you'll see chunks, you'll see little chunks of the fondant in the cells. Let me go grab my this before it blows away. And I haven't seen any chunks in the cells, so that's good. All right, there's a lot of bees, and I feel bad because I'm displacing them. If we're getting to brood, we've got to be hitting brood sometimes, right? Right? Please tell me. I think we're gonna get close. I think it's gonna be closer to the entrance, as it always is. So I'm not that worried yet. There's my queen. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Oh, there's my queen. She's not marked. Don't want to put it down on this frame, but look at her. And the thing is, I don't see. She's looking for an empty frame, and she's so busy. She doesn't even know, like, care that she's in the sunlight right now. Does not even care. She's beautiful. Beautiful. Let me see if I can get a picture of her. It's funny because she's on the frame that we marked for the queen being there. There she is. Let me see if I can get a picture of her. She's right smack dab in the middle. She's a beaut. I like her coloring. It's very brown. There she is. Do you see her now? She's got cool coloring. She's very brown. She's underneath all of her retinue. Look at them tending to her. Good job, guys. Now get off her. I can't see. She's taking a break. Maybe they're covering her from the sun. What if I'll tilt it this way? We got this blonde bee on top of her. She's under there resting like she's not moving. That is so funny. They're all tending to her. See if I can. There she is. Get a better look at her. I don't think she's on a very good frame though, because this frame has a bunch of resources on it. There's some empty slots that she hasn't filled anything. I see no eggs on this at all. I think she's like confused. She's on a resource frame. There's a couple of what looks like polished cells, but she hasn't put anything in them, so I don't know. Anyways, we found the queen, funny enough, on the queen cell, on the queen frame. What are the chances? All right. Hopefully we find we saw the queen, right? We saw the queen. We do have to check brood. Even though I saw the queen, I do have to check the brood. The state of the brood is actually very important. You need to know what it looks like. I see a lot of bees, so which is a great sign, but I need to see what the brood looks like. That is important. This one's very light. It feels very light. There's brood! What is that you're hiding? Let me see. I see drone brood. Not much. It's only one cell. You see that right there? That's a drone cell. So we've got one drone cell. Not a huge fan of the. You know what? I take it back. I was gonna say I'm not a huge fan of the brood pattern, but that's what's capped. All of this, all of it has eggs and larvae in it in various stages. Brilliant. Brilliant. Love to see that. Oh, calm down. Okay. Again, this looks like shotgun pattern, but this is capped brood that has not emerged yet. It's emerging brood. Anywhere there is an open space is where a bee previously, probably recently, emerged, and she's filled it with eggs. Every single one of them. So this is just a cycle. This looks good. Actually, there's a newbie right there. Nice, fluffy, kind of got that silver look to it. Love that. So far, the brood is looking healthy. Brood is looking super healthy. Love that. Now that we've seen the queen and we've seen some healthy brood and some eggs, really the rest doesn't matter too much, but I do want to know if their plans, if they have any plans on swarming, because I'm not going to lie, they have been very, very active to the point where they kind of scare me. And I don't want them to swarm so soon. I probably should have smoked these ones. I'm trying not to squeeze you guys. Lots of brood. Big, fat, juicy brood. Love that. Love, love, love that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. Silently judging your brood pattern. Now that's a good one right there. Right there. That is a good one. I love to see it. I love to see it. Hold on. You know what that might have been? That weird thing that I pulled out? I know what it is. It wasn't mold. I mean, it had mold on it, but it's the like the wax paper that was covering the what is down here? The pollen patty that I had in here. All right, let's go a little bit quicker. It's a nice day. I'm not likely to chill the brood or anything like that, but I also don't want to take a ton of time. Look at that brood pattern. This is textbook. Do you see this? I don't know if you can see this. Got brood pattern. You've got a layer, a rainbow of pollen. There's pollen. And in the corners, there's honey. That is textbook brood pattern right there. Newbees walking around. Their fuzz is still kind of flat. They're fluffy, but their fuzz is flat. Because they recently just came from a cell, and they kind of got this wet, silvery look to them. They're kind of silvery. Let me get my smoke back. There we go. Just drifted over. Drift. I'm close enough to the door now that as I'm smoking them, they might be leaving for the landing board for safety. I see some more wax paper in here. Look at this brood pattern. No doubt. No doubt. Look at this. That is gorgeous. What does that sound? Somebody's making a weird sound. Somebody over here. What are you doing? I don't know. Kind of acting strange. Brood pattern. Also textbook brood pattern. Textbook brood pattern. Got the absolute perfect kind of half rainbow pollen resource all the way around the brood. Looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. Oops. Sorry, ladies. Ooh, this one's real sticky. Excuse me. Slow and steady. I'll try and help them get some of that wax paper out. Gorgeous brood, gorgeous brood. Dang it, I forgot to count where the brood was and how many brood we had. I got so distracted. Brood. Brood frame. I think they ate all the pollen patty because I don't see any more. I think it was sitting like right here, I think. Yeah, absolutely gone. Totally gone. My propolis is sticky. I see people come in and they're like, crack, crack, you know, on their YouTube channels when they're doing inspections, and it just comes away so easy. Whatever resin they're using is very sticky. All right, this one's back to resource. So this looks like a lot of pollen, and I see a queen cup. I see a queen cup. I don't know if it's charged yet. They are tending to it, looks like. Maybe they're just hanging out on top. Not charged yet, I don't think. Let me get a better look at it. But this is mostly pollen, bee bread. This one is also pollen, bee bread, and honey. Pollen, bee bread, and honey. That's what that is. All right, ladies, what are you doing here? Let's see if we can Get out of that cup. I don't see anything in it. It's really hard to see. Looking at all the angles. I don't think that's I don't think that's capped or charged. I think it's just a queen cup. I think that's what that is. I'm gonna put this one on the outside here for a second so I can get my arm into the hive and grab some of this paper that's down here. They're trying to get some of this out and it's just at the bottom. The the bottom of this is fairly clean though, I'm telling you. Look at all this propolis. Like, this is so much propolis, it's wild. I don't want to scrape all of it off because I know propolis is, you know, part of their immune system stuff, but good gracious, ladies. Do you need that much? I know they do a propolis envelope, but goodness. Yeah, my gloves are already sticky. I already got sticky gloves. I am going to give them a couple of frames. No, I'm not. Am I? Because they don't really have. I mean, they are building comb. Somebody's building comb in here. So perhaps I should give them something to work on so they stop building up in the feeder. You know what I'm saying? So that was back to resource. This is also back to resource. Looks like this used to be a brood, but it's now a resource frame. Has a lot of empty cells though, like polished cells. So maybe they're waiting for her to come back. Maybe they're waiting for her to come back to it. I'm gonna make mental note as I come back across these, like, and put them back together. Look, that was a crack. That's the crack I usually hear from other YouTubers, but not from mine. This one is polished cells. There's honey on this, but it's mostly polished cells. Polished cells, like a lot of polished cells. Yeah, with honey on it, you know? I took that frame out. I haven't forgotten it, but now I forgot where it goes. Oh, they're purplizing some of the screen. I don't want that because I want the mites to be able to fall through. But you can see in there, they've kind of purplized up the screen just a little bit. There it goes. There, it went and adjusted. The trays looking on this side looking kind of nasty, but the trays on the other side, not nasty. They were actually decently clean. Not that bad. Guys, they did great. Look at that. That is excellent. Resource and empty cells. Would not say these are polished, but these look. This one looks kind of polished, but this might have been an old frame from last year that I sort of shifted to this side. Looks good though, guys. It looks great. This looks great. All right. Resource. Hold on, let me get the frames correct. Spacing. Resource. Ugh. Resource. That's where this one goes. Right? Yeah. That's where this one goes. Resource. And a queen cell. one queen cell. On the 1, 2, 3, 4, on the 4th frame in. 4th frame in, queen cell. Alright, we're time to close you guys back up. I'm not going to put any extra frames in here. They still have a little bit to build and do, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 frames total. 3 frames of solid brood, and whatever was left over was resources. So that's what's up. Queen looks great. Brood looks great. I just have to make sure that they have food, and we should be good. There's nothing I can do about them building, I guess, comb up top other than just I'll be in here the next time to make sure they don't do that. There's only a couple ladies left. Maybe I will give them 1-to-1. Maybe I'll switch out the feeder and put 1-to-1 in here a little bit later. Let me put the cover board on for what good it does with how much bowing it has. Listen, it works. It works. All right. It's doing its job. I'm going to come out here. I'm probably going to come back out later, either today or tomorrow. I have to do a treatment on all the hives tomorrow. I'm going to do an OA vape wand treatment on all the hives, just to knock down the mite count, just to start with, right off the bat. All right, let's move on to Sharon's hive. Sharon's hive. So they have plenty of stores. They're not going to starve to death, but I'll have to figure out whether I want to do Hive Alive again or 1-to-1. I do want to mark my queen. Carol is not marked, but I'm going to wait until, just in case, if I screw up, she can go out and get mated, and I won't be in trouble. Sharon's hive has been off the charts since day 1, baby. All right, orientation flights, and they are constantly coming in with pollen. Just as I say that, I don't see any ladies, but promise. Sharon's, some of her bowed, and they were getting out here and getting up into the top, and they were dying. So I didn't know what to do about it for the moment. I just shoved some leaves in there to block the hole and called it good for now. So I don't, oh, I'm just kidding. I was going to say I don't see a ton of activity, but I take it back. I take it back, ladies. I take it back. Now you guys know Sharon's hive. She always liked to put her dead over here. There's not that much. Surprisingly, not that much. As I see a lady dragging a dead one over here. As I see that. But there's honestly not as much dead as there has been in times past when I've not come out here for a month. Couple of dead ladies. I think there's actually probably more dead in Carol's hive than there is in here. So, a lot more ladies coming underneath the board. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? You're not supposed to be doing that. No, ma'ams. And we'll put the feeder like that. A lot of ladies coming up. Twist and pop. We're going to leave you right here. All right, we're going to plug you guys up. They're like, why is there sunlight coming through? Where did that come from? These ladies are curious. Go on. Just trying to take out some dead. Wow. We have a lot of ladies trying to take out dead right here. All right, so it looks like their dead was right on the edge of the boards here. So they didn't quite get them on the other side of the cover board. Yes. You know, I said they like to put their dead and their stuff on this side of the follower board. They're doing the same with the pieces of wax paper from the pollen patties. They're also dragging the pollen patties to this side of the follower board. They just don't want to they don't want to go outside. They don't want to take it outside. All right. This one is honey. Honey and nectar. Yep. That's what that is. Yeah, we've got a lot of the dead ladies didn't make it to the other side of the follower board. They took it to the follower board and then left them there. So you see, there's a big old pile of dead bees right there. You can see all the ladies. Look at them all trying to carry out the dead. Mortuary bees or corpse bees, whatever you want to call them. They're trying to clean it up. They are trying. Nice warm day out here. Love that. All right, looking at the ladies. No mites that are visible. Don't see any K-wing. To be fair, I only saw two bees that had K-wing in Carol's hive, so I'm not really worried about that. It doesn't seem like it's a big issue. No deformed wing virus. Bees look healthy. Bees are on all the frames. These are on all the frames. You know what I forgot to do? Let me get my smoker going. Just making sure my camera's still going. With how slow this is, I don't think I'm gonna get all of the colonies in. Resource. They've got honey in this, but the whole bottom half is empty. Okay, it feels kind of light. Same as the other one, honey or Hive Alive, with the bottom half empty. This one's got a little bit more weight. It's all honey, again, or Hive Alive. Bottom half empty. This side, same thing. Lots of honey or whatever they're storing at the top, empty on the bottom. I see moisture. There is moisture over here. See that? You can actually see the line of where there's no moisture, it's dry, and where the colony was. And there's a little bit of mold there. Ooh, yeah, there you go. There's some crack. There's some cracking. Oh, the sun is beating down. All right, let's see. Resource frame. We've got, instead of empty cells, there's nectar or whatever. It might be Hive Alive, I'm not really sure. But it's got a little bit more wetness, like nectar or something in the cells. But resource frame. This one's also a resource frame. I'm making a mess, a propolis mess of this vacuum. Goodness gracious. Look at this. Do you see the handle? Ew, that button's gonna start sticking soon. Another resource frame. This one's like honey or nectar or whatever. Look at that. That's actually kind of pretty. Yeah, that one is a full frame of like honey or nectar. Honey, I guess. I don't know. I don't exactly know where they got it from, whether it was from me or from outside. Maybe they didn't eat it for this, the winter time. I'm not really sure. Oh, this one's weighty. Weighty. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. It's all like honey. Either they never used it for winter just because I just kept feeding them. I'm not really sure. They were like literally always up in the hive alive. But that is a gorgeous, gorgeous honey frame. And there's just the paper they're trying to pull out. Good gracious, this one's got some weight to it. This one has weight. Another beautiful frame of honey. Gorgeous. Heavy. Gorgeous, heavy frame honey. Good gracious. Fingers are already stuck together. Honey. Honey, honey, honey. Honey. Lots of honey. Ton of it. My goodness gracious. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 frames of resource or honey frames. Jeez. Lighter. This one's lighter. This one is much lighter. It's got nectar and honey in it. Nectar and honey. It's beautiful. Where's my brood? Give it to me. That's what I care about. The next one is also looks like it's a resource frame. Excuse me, ladies. Excuse me, ladies. Kind of bump them a little bit. If you kind of push them just a little bit, they'll move out of the way. This one's weighty. A little bit of weight to it. Nectar. It's like all nectar. It's like a little bit of honey up at the top, but other than that, nectar, nectar, nectar. It's actually very heavy. That is super heavy. Oh my gosh. I wish you guys could see this in the sun. Can you see that? When I say this thing is filled with nectar, I mean it's to the brim. Like when they go and cap this, then it's going to be wet capping, because then I don't think there's going to be any space between the nectar and the cap. It's that full to the brim. Oh, it's getting hard to operate with this much propolis. I mean, this hive is full of bees. There's so many bees. Trying to look at this side too, and it also looks like it might be nectar or a resource. Doesn't feel as heavy. There is honey over there. And there's nectar over there. No queen wandering around, and I do see empty cells with no nectar or anything at the bottom. Is that polished? I'm not sure. Same thing on this side. Empty cells, almost like they're leaving it open. Yeah, I think we're getting closer though. If they're doing that, they're leaving it open, then we're getting closer to a queen in our brood area. Well, we picked it up. All right. Very slow bees. It's not cold enough to be this slow. Got some ladies with some pollen looking to unload. They're shaking. They're like, hey, somebody come help me take this pollen off my butt. Off my corbiculas. This one is going to suck because this is a white backed foundation frame. And I can't see eggs on that. Are you joking me? There's my queen. Hi, Queen Sharon. You're beautiful. Where's your brood? Hmm? Love to see you, but where's your brood? I want to see brood. I see you walking around, checking stuff out. Don't panic. She's beautiful. But I don't see any eggs. She's so huge. She's a big lady. She still has her green paint. She's beautiful. But I don't see any brood. Oh, wait, hold on. No, don't panic her. I want to see. I see it. Through some cracks, I see some old. I don't see any eggs, but I do see some, maybe like 6 to 7, somewhere between 5 and 7 day old instar larvae, just underneath the top up here. Oh, and there's some maybe 8 instar larvae up there. All right, well, we saw our queen. I'd like to see some capped brood, but I see that she is laying, so she's still marked from, she was my 2023 queen. I caught her. She was a swarming queen. So we're going to say that's brood because it's not capped, but it does have brood on it. So that's one frame of brood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 frames of resources, good gracious, and one frame of brood. This one's very light. This one has eggs. Lots of eggs. This whole, so she must have just be a little bit start getting started because this whole frame is eggs. All eggs. Eggs everywhere. Every cell of this one has eggs in it. Let's see this side. Eggs. All eggs. Oh, there's some larvae. It's kind of in the center. They're probably trying to keep it warm. So let's stay warm, 94 degrees, give or take. And I'm screwing them up on that one. So that one's brood. That one's a brood one. Where does the brood end? This is the leaf I jammed up in there. Where does the brood end? So I got 2 frames of brood so far. And I did clear out quite a bit of the dead for them. So that's less of a job that they have to do. And they can focus on something else. Ah, here's the brood. Here's the capped brood. Look at this. Textbook. Now that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful capped brood. Solid. Anything that's not solid on here is about 9 instar larvae. So they'll be capped in the next day or two. And the next day, I would say, because some of them are really, oh, look at that. I see a cell that has nectar in it, and it's got like a chunk of Hive Alive fondant. So you really do see Hive Alive fondant sometimes. Huh, cool. All right, so this one's brood. Brood, brood, brood. Give me my finger back. Thank you. All right, so what have we got so far? I think that's 3. the way they're so cute. Look at them all at the top. Look at their cute little faces. Look at them. They just kind of like hang up at the top and they're just like, what are you doing? Hey, how's it going? I like the sky. Some of them have maybe never seen the sky. They're still new and they don't fly yet. So they're like, what is that? They live their whole lives. So funny. You know, when you use these things, they drop their pollen baskets sometimes on the cover, on the calming cloth. More brood. Gorgeous. Now look at that. Look at it. Solid capped brood. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now her tray's looking kind of nasty underneath this first one down here. Looking kind of grody. Oh, shoot. Oh, crush the ones on the other side. Okay. Oh, I must have done something. They're not happy with my tool. All right, back to resources. Yes. Back to, yes. This is mostly pollen. Pollen, pollen, pollen. A little bit of honey, not much. Yeah, I'm gonna need to change. Oops, sorry. Drop that corner. I'm gonna need to change their tray for sure because it's really moldy underneath there. All right, they are getting annoyed at me at this point. All right, I see a queen cell. Not charged. It's kind of hard to see because it goes up and then in, but it's not charged. Resources. This is all resource. Highly doubt that she'll come all the way down there to charge that cell, but hey, you never know. This one's all nectar. And there are frames of bees on every single one. There are bees on every single one of these frames. Give me my finger back. Sorry. Every single one of these. Wow. All right, so now's the time when we try and figure out how many frames of what we have. How many frames total? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 frames total. Lots of ladies. Lots and lots. Let me keep this covered so they don't come to the top. Brood. Brood starts on frame number 3. All right, so and that was where it started, I believe. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. 4 frames of brood. Doesn't have eggs or anything on it, right? I'm trying to catch the light in the bottom of the cells. No, these are empty. These are the ones they were keeping open for. She's making her way this way. Making her way downtown, walking fast. Sorry. All right. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 frames of brood. Everything else is resource, or they're keeping it open for Sharon, baby. I don't know where my leaf went, but I'm gonna have to shove it back in. A leaf. Some leaf. This looks like it was it. Don't ask me how I refound that. We're gonna stick this in here until we find a way to fix this problem. And that's how I fix that problem for now. Well, I definitely helped them take out their dead, because that was a lot. That was a lot of dead. It smells good. It smells good in this hive. No funny smells. None of that stuff. So far, so good. Super healthy bees. Super healthy bees. Didn't see any mites on any back. Again, I know there are mites in here somewhere because I did look at the trays and they are at the bottom in the trays. Like they dropped off at some point. Who knows? It could have been from when I did the dribble method in fall. I'm not sure, but you can pretty much guarantee that there are mites in here. So as healthy as they look, I want to keep them looking that way. That's a two cover border. So I'm going to just knock the mite count down just right away. We're not even going to play around. Should have probably done no, would have loved to do a mite wash actually, but you know what? I don't really have any, like for instance, this one. I don't, oh, that's a big old wasp. We're going to kill that. Probably a queen wasp. How did you live? How did you live? I tried to kill her and I squished her butt and she still flew at me. Wow. She won't be alive for long. I gotta put out wasp traps. That's the other objective that I am going to work on. I bought, sorry. It started to bend and it kind of fell on some of them. I bought some bananas. I am going to put out some wasp traps because it's warm enough that, yes, queen wasps and hornets were the bane of my bees' existence last fall. I need to be catching them now, so they cannot start colonies around my bees. I was not happy that they were hawking my bees. That was not cool. This board did not warp, thank goodness. But it does have some mold on it. I don't think that's going to kill my bees or anything, so it's not awful. So we will go ahead and close that up. Got a brick in my way. Okay. I didn't even put any frames on the edge here. Okay, we're going to open this up. Take this. I don't know where the center is. Put that right there. Still a ton of bees up here. And they probably, they probably need food. Oh God, what happened? All of a sudden they just started freaking out. Whew. My goodness, ladies, my goodness. Brilliant. I haven't seen any small hive beetles. No small hive beetles. They ate all the pollen. They do need food. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. They're still eating theirs. I might, tomorrow when I do my treatment, I might switch that out and put 1-to-1. I probably won't film that because it's going to be quick. It's going to be right after I get my kid on the bus. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. But I'll let them have this for now. Last but not least, it's time for Miss Lee. Miss Lee is a super, super small colony. So I don't expect this to take that long. Still got some beautiful smoke. All right. Let us check out Miss Lee's hive. There we go. Some activity. She is the smallest colony, so you're not likely to see a lot of activity. But her colony was bringing in a ton of pollen as well. So hopefully I see brood on her. Lady just flew in with pollen on her baskets. Hopefully I see a lot of brood with hers too. Like I said though, hers is the smallest colony. I'm pretty sure I forgot to look at my notes from previous from the previous inspection, but I'm pretty sure I only have like maybe 10 frames in here. I can tell this is very full. Woo! Lots of bees, lots of food still. Still a ton of food. Hi, little one. Sorry. All right. I'll show you guys what their colony looks like with their dead on the side of the follower board. So this one is Miss Lee's hive, and their follower board's all the way over there. But you can see they also brought in paper. So I guess, and a leaf. There's a leaf over here. So I guess whatever, they just don't want to take out the door, or if they're cleaning and it's too cold maybe to take it out the front, they're like, hey, there's all this space on this side. So sorry, Dad, sorry. My recording camera died, so I'm going to record some of Carol's on my phone. So we actually have only 8 frames for Carol's hive, and they are full. It's a full box. This is if I had an 8-frame box of bees, and they are full. They only had 3 cover boards, 1, 2, 3, on top of them to cover these 8 frames. So I'm gonna get started in them, and I will try and make mental note. Look at that lady. Where'd she go? Look at those corbiculum. Look at those pollen baskets. She got some fat thighs. Love it. All right, I'm gonna get into this, and I'll try and make mental notes and follow up later with what were the results for Carol. In the last video I said Carol, but I meant Miss Lee. She is the old Carol, but there is Miss Lee. She should be red. She was actually a 2023 queen. But this frame is brood. So we have one single frame of resource before it jumps straight to a brood frame. So, and there's only 8 frames in here. So I'm assuming Carol has, sorry, I keep calling her Carol. It's Miss Lee now. Her name is Miss Lee. Keep wanting to call her Carol because she was the old Carol. She was the first Carol, but Miss Lee has always been extremely productive. Extremely. And she hasn't stopped doing so. Alright, Dad, I am so sorry. My recording phones stopped working. So all I have left is my regular phone, which doesn't record very well at all. So I just want to say that very good inspections. Inspections were awesome. All the ladies look great. Brood in every single one of them. No funny smells. Each one of them had at least 3 to 4 brood frames. One of them had a drone brood in it. One drone cell. So that's pretty cool. I did add 2 semi-built out combs frame in Miss Lee's hive. I saw all the queens, and every one of them seems to be doing great. Super excited. It's a beautiful day. I'll probably be out tomorrow. I'm going to do a treatment on all of them, the vape wand OA, and just knock down the mites straight up off the bat for spring to get a good healthy start to the season. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited for how well this went. Ladies have a lot of resources, bringing in pollen, making babies. It's a great day. It's a great day for beekeeping. Dad, I love you all the time, every day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching.